Welcome on in to another live stream of Baldur's Gate, but part 3. Actually, this is the first time we're going to do Baldur's Gate 3 on stream. I have played this game quite a few times, actually. I'm trying to remember how many times, but there's so many paths you can go in this game that are unique to the game, and I don't think that is really understood too well at the moment. A lot of people have kind of just let, it's this type of game or that type of game. Let me get to the live scene here. There we are. But it's a little bit more than that. I'm not a big OG, nothing will be as good as the OG. And although I probably believe that, I'm not against trying new things. In fact, I actually love trying new things. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. If I love it, well, there you go. How would I know unless I try it? You know? I'm coming from that point of view. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to play Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know how much streaming we'll do of it, but there have been several patches since the last time I did play it. I'm trying to formulate how complex this game is, and I really can't. You know, normally I can kind of give a game a certain synopsis and say, okay, well, this is what you do, this is what you do, blah blah blah. And in a nutshell, I could say, yeah, this game is more or less a strategy game with real time with some pause. The original game was more of like kind of almost the opposite. It was almost like it was a turn-based game that played like a real-time game that you could pause. And you know, you had rounds and things. And although that's still embedded in this, it doesn't seem to play like that. But there's so many things you can do in this game. You can not just stealth, but the different ways you can stealth. You can distract and add to your stealth. You know, I mean, I can't even begin to tell you all the different things that I found in this game. And that's what I think is going to give it a leg up for new players. And also a detriment, because it is so complex that they might find it daunting. But what I did not like about Divine Divinity, I'm not a huge fan of it. Unlike, I don't know, some other people, I guess in my same mainstream line of gameplay, I was not a big fan of Divine Divinity. I'll be honest with you. So when Larian got the contract for this, I was not thrilled by it. It's like, it's Baldur's Gate. I don't want a Divine Divinity game. And I've heard over and over and over, it's just another Divine Divinity. Let me tell you from somebody who hates Divine Divinity. I mean, I don't hate it. That's probably a strong word, but it's pretty close. I don't like it. This game is not, it has the roots of that type of game. Sorry, I feel like I gotta sneeze. But it's definitely not limited to that structure. I think it's much more of what Divine Divinity probably could have been. So let me just go ahead and kind of get started here before I just ramble on and on and on, because that's what it sounded like. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Divine Divinity. I don't like the structure of it. I don't like how complex it is compared to what you can do. I like to be able to get into a game, at least learn the mechanics of it. Divine Divinity is, to me, just, it wants you to do it a certain way. And I don't want to do it a certain way. And then you kind of like, oh, well, I didn't know I could do that. Well, why couldn't I learn that? This game tends to want to share that with you and say, hey, look, you could do it this way. You could do it that way. And they're not tutorials. And yet there's a lot of things that you can find in the game that you didn't know that you could, but in a good way. Not in a hidden way, but in a good way. Like, what if I get a bunch of barrels that are explosive and I put them all in an area and then I light it on fire? Yeah, they're going to blow up. But what if I knew, like, tactically where a battle was going to be, and I could, like, set that up ahead of time, not just throw the barrels? I mean, you could do that. You know, what if I wanted to come from a higher angle, take out the archers, the scouts from above, throw them from the parapet to the ground below, and so instead of an early warning against us, we're the ones ambushing them, you see. So that's not so much like tactics that you have inside the character as much as the gameplay. And that's a little different, you see. That's exactly like what Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 were. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 let you play tactically. This game is more like that. Now, when I played Divine Divinity, I didn't have all those options. Yes, you could pick up anything. Yes, you could move things around. But it didn't have the tactical experience for me. It was more like based on what the classes could do and what, things like that. But I don't know. Like I said, for someone who doesn't like Divine Divinity, I'm surprised how much I do like this game. I'm not a huge fan of this playstyle where you get to your companions that we've been given in the game that we know of, like Astarion, Lae'zel, Gale, Shadowheart, and Will. That's in Divine Divinity as well. I don't care for that. I don't want that to be our backstory. It should be what we make it out to be. Although, I mean, you don't have to choose it, so I'm not really saying it's a bad thing. I just don't understand why it's even there. But whatever. I wouldn't say every time, but many times I've done these playthroughs as a drow. I always really, really, really like to play as a drow. When I've done like D&D independently, I haven't done it as drow. I like to kind of play crazy characters. I mean, things that are totally non-functional to a group. But these games are different because I'm not playing with like people, right? I'm playing with the computer and their scripts and stuff. So then I have to take it from a little bit more a serious standpoint. Like, if I'm doing D&D, like, which is not very often, but like I told others, like, I like being a kobold paladin. And clearly you can't be a kobold true paladin, not really. You don't have the charisma, you don't have the strength. You may have the dexterity, but you don't have the constitution, you don't have the wisdom. I mean, and of course, you're a kobold, so maybe you're a little like maybe a little greedy or something. I don't know. Even if for a noble kobold, you're probably not a very good kobold. And so you're destined to be a fallen paladin no matter how hard you try. Things like that, I kind of enjoy the roleplay aspect of that. I think it's really funny. But when I play a game like this, a computer game, I have to take it a little bit more seriously because you may be on your own at the very beginning, and you may have to rely on yourself to get by. My little kobold character probably couldn't do that. I wouldn't get out of level 1. But anyway, that's kind of like where I'm coming out with this. I don't know what to name our character. We'll just go, you know what? I've been calling everybody Elise lately. We'll call this one Elise as well. And here at this background, I know I'm going to pick Drow again. But this is where I get stuck. In the roleplay stuff, if I'm going to select, like, say, a female drow, I feel compelled to make it a cleric. But I don't want a cleric, because I know this character right here, Shadowheart, I do kind of want to take her a little bit more in this playthrough. So she's a cleric too. It's kind of overkill. I tend to play rogue a lot in a lot of my games, so I think maybe that's what we'll do. So here's the neat little thing: select background. It comes with these background features: insight proficiency or religion proficiency if we choose acolyte. And this is just an example. I'm not going to go through each one of them, okay? But it says you have spent your life. Let me get into my reader voice. You have spent your life in service to a temple, learning sacred rites and providing sacrifices to the god or gods you worship. Serving the gods and discovering their sacred works will guide you to greatness. So that's the acolyte, you know? You could be an urchin, like a street urchin. Yes, this is after surviving a poor and bleak childhood. You know how to make the most out of every little. Okay, it's not a very good sentence, but using your street smarts bolsters your spirit for the journey ahead. Soldier, sage, outlander. This one I kind of like, actually, but I don't think the way I'm interpreting it is the way that the game is probably interpreting it. It says you grew up in the wilds, learning to survive far from the comforts of civilization. Surviving unusual hazards of the wild will enhance your prowess and understanding. Well, okay. But see, you get athletics proficiency and survival proficiency. So, I like those. But I already kind of know this chapter, and you don't do a ton of survival. So it's of limited use. And so it's like, although I like it, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I kind of want to say noble, because my idea here is that if I play a drow and we're no longer in the drow world, we could be a noble, right? But we're, for one reason or another, no longer able to return to that world. But I don't know. There's Guild Artisan. Nah, it's a mercantile. Folk Hero. Nah. Entertainer is interesting, but if you're gonna play a bard, this is a good background, you know. Criminal. Interesting. This is really neat because you can do deception and stealth proficiency. So if we play rogue, this could be our background, even if we really aren't a criminal, you know? So what if we're labeled as a criminal? It says you have a history of breaking the law and survive by leveraging less than legal connections. Profiting from criminal enterprise will lead you to greater opportunities in the future. I mean, like I said, what if we're just in a happenstance situation? We can't go back to the Underdark. We're kind of forced to live as a drow above. So just existing is breaking the law, you know? Now I'm going to keep this one in mind. We're going to see. Charlatan. Okay, so we're back to Acolyte. So I think that's the way to go. I think I'm going to go do Criminal this time. And then we're going to say Race. Again, we could be Elf, a Tiefling. Let me tell you what a Tiefling is. Bound to Nessus, the deepest lair of the Hells. These Tieflings inherited the ability to wield fire and darkness from the Archdevil Asmodeus, infernal bloodline. So you're not actually a demon, okay? Or a devil, I should say. Not a demon, a devil. There is a difference in D&D, y'all. And you have a natural look that's more, you know, devil-like, you know? So they're I wouldn't say for good reason, but Tieflings are very, very human. In fact, they're probably the closest thing to human. Yeah, probably even more so than elves, because they have a certain sentimentality to them that, you know, that is very you know, they're so used to being on guard from the world because they're labeled as, you know, devilish, bad, evil, just, I guess, based on the way they look. So they have to over emotionalize things sometimes. Now, I hate giving like wide swaths of, like, I taking a big paintbrush to what a class is, or a race is, I should say. But to me, it seems like Tieflings are more like humans than even elves. But yeah, you can be Githyanki, which is like one of our characters. I don't like the Githyanki. I just don't. And it has nothing to do with how they look or anything like that. I actually like their lore for the most part. But I'm just not a Githyanki fan. I take that from Baldur's Gate. Like, Baldur's Gate 2 made me first hate the Githyanki. I hated them, you know, so maybe it's just vestigial from that. You can play as a gnome. Little gnomey. Little gnomey, my homie. Look at him. They have kind of interesting proportions, though, the gnomes. Look, her hands and her fingers go all the way to her knees. I probably wouldn't have thought that would have been the way to go, but I don't know. But then there's also the halfling. So the halflings, they also have long arms. I don't know. Maybe, but There's half elf. We are half human, half elf. Nothing complex there. Now dwarves, we can be a dwarf. I haven't played as a dwarf yet. Race features: Dwarven Resilience, Constitution +2, that's good. Battle Axe Proficiency, Hand Axe Proficiency, Light Hammer Proficiency, Warhammer Proficiency, and Dark Vision. Subrace traits: Dwarven Toughness, Race-based Racial Speed, interesting. Wisdom +1, that is interesting right there. Wisdom +1, that is interesting. Here we go, the Drow. Now we can be different types of Drow too, so let's be very clear here. You can be a Lothsworn Drow, which I will probably do, but let's read it. Raised by Loth's cult in the city of I always say this wrong. Menzoberranzan. Oh my goodness. I see it every time and I always word it out. You know, I like try to phrase it out of my mouth and I always get it wrong. Menzoberranzan. Yeah. These Drow embody the virtues of their corrupt and merciless goddess. I just don't say that word enough to be familiar with it. Loth marks her followers with bright red eyes, so those in the Underdark will learn to fear them on sight. Interesting. Seldarine Drow. It's really just those two, though. Seldarine Drow can be found seeking allies from all over Faerun. See, okay, so I've heard it said both ways. Faerun and Faerun. In Baldur's Gate 1, the narrator says Faerun. But I'm not 100% sure because I have heard it as Faerun. But, and there's this whole little, like, it's not an umlaut, it's like a, what is that, a caret? Yeah, it's a caret over the U. I don't know what that's called in that term, but I would think that means Faerun. But I don't know. Anyway, let me read that again. Seldarine Drow can be found seeking allies from all over Faerun, aiming to settle their conflict with Loth and each player and each other by any means necessary. So I like the Seldarine Drow. It just makes so much sense to be a Loth. Loth is basically wants to destroy the world, just wants to watch the world burn, basically. And even though she has followers, and those followers are religiously zealot, you know, they're bound to her. I mean, they'll, you know, it's all about her. They don't realize that her ultimate goal is to destroy everything, every living thing. Seldarine is the other side of that. It's the exact opposite side of that coin. So it's really hard to say, yeah, that's what we are, when, you know, you don't really... Let me just say that it's hard to kind of get into that roleplay character for me, because it's hard to see how we got to that point. But that's okay. Maybe we can do that this time. Oh my goodness, they're just going nuts over there. Appearance. I haven't heard them bark all night, and then of course now they are. I think I
What was that?
yeah, this is the one I kind of like. All right. So let's there's a couple unique looks that I like when I run this through, but let's see here. Yeah, I get stuck around here. Do I want to go lighter or do I want to go darker? I think I might go like right there. That was kind of where it defaulted on this. Well, it sometimes creates a random. This one is not bad, actually. Let's go. I'm gonna go all eye color. This is where I'm gonna, like, if you go up close here, you can actually do this little thing here, this little number where you can look up real close. I think we're gonna go with that. This is weird because the black 1 and black 2 are very similar to obsidian. I mean obsidian 2, I guess. See that? This is black 2. This is obsidian 2. To me, there's no difference. They look the exact same to me. But, oh, and they got... I think this is the hair usually I put on her. Oh, look at that. Hair color... might go... There we go. Maybe that. The gray looks more blonde to me, so that's what's like holding me up here. There's hardly any eyelashes whatsoever. I don't know. Every time I play the game, they add things and they seem to take away things too. See, I can see the eyelashes there. Now maybe we'll go with that. Okay. Oh, this is why. It had a highlight intensity. Okay. So if we went like with a blue, you see? You can kind of do a tint. Yeah. We won't do any wild colors or anything, but this is why I didn't notice this before. I've often gone with like a two-tone like light, but that might be almost too light. You know, we do that and then we go like this. We go like 50%. See what I'm saying? Looks kind of unique, you know? Yeah, I kind of like that. And then, oh, grain intensity, yeah. We'll go like 50% again. I could change it, but remember drow are supposed to have that, you know, very gray and white-haired look. But, yeah. Now let's go to, oh, wait a minute. Forgot to choose the face. I think we'll go with this one for now. I thought there was an option for like makeup and stuff. I could be wrong. I don't see it on here. Oh, there it is. Okay. It didn't let me scroll down for some reason. Makeup. Ah. Maybe. Yeah, I think it is this one, number 9. I think some of these makeup options would look good on some other races and other looks, but on drow you gotta be kind of careful because they're already, you know, dark skinned, so could go crazy. But ooh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Number 5. Let's remember number 5. 7. 7's not looking bad either. Because that one's just upper. This one does the lower eyelids. And that was 9. That almost looks like it's like falling apart. Maybe. And then what we could do is we could bring it in just a little bit like that. Yeah. Yeah, see? Okay. Iron Maiden. Ooh. Oh my god. Taupe. Justicar. Midnight. Gray. Gray. Brown. Yeah. So this is just pure black. It's probably the way we're going to have to go. Kind of like just the dark, you know? I don't know why. It seems like it's too dark. But see, this is like none, you know? I've got to have something on there, I think. I guess you don't have to, but this looks good and that looks good. I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to go 100%. We'll see. You'll notice in cutscenes and stuff, it really makes a difference. You want to kind of spend a little bit of time being happy with what you got. So we'll go with her. So again, 9 times out of 10 I played cleric on this when I do a drow. But I think I'm going to do rogue. And it's weird how slow it is to create my graphics on here. I may have them up too high because it should be faster than, it should be drawing faster than what it is. Yeah, because I've never had a problem with it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to look at the race qualities. The race qualities, okay, so race, base racial speed. We have keen senses. We are proficient in perception. Oh, so that helps us in dexterity +2, charisma +1. Interesting. Rapier proficiency. Short sword proficiency. Hand crossbow proficiency. Not a fan of that. But superior dark vision. And Fey ancestry. The Feywild casts a veil over your mind. You have an advantage on saving throws against being charmed. And magic can't put you to sleep. Oh, that's nice. Didn't know that. I very distinctly remember going to sleep in previous playthroughs. Alright. Sneak attack. And sneak attack with ranged. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there is a sneak attack with ranged in this game, which is nice. You don't have to just backstab, backstab, backstab. I mean, it is closer to the modern rule set, so... let's see, skills. This is the part that always makes me pause, especially if I'm playing as a cleric, because the cantrips and stuff, I'm just not as familiar with those spell options and how to integrate them into this game. But we can't pick everything here, you see. We can only pick 4 proficiencies, so we can do acrobatics, which gives us a +5 to those skill checks. Athletics right now is a -1. We have deception that we inherited from our background. Remember, we were a criminal background. Insight is wisdom, is a wisdom check. We'll get to our abilities in a minute, which is, you know, over here on this left-hand side, but we automatically get perception +3. That's from our race. We have performance +2. Persuasion +2. Sleight of hand +7 because we're a rogue, I guess. And stealth +7. That's pretty good. But we could take away acrobatics if we wanted to. And instead put it in athletics. But I think we might keep it in acrobatics this time. Skills with expertise. Oh yeah. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability checks that uses either of the chosen proficiencies. Okay. Sleight of hand. Don't know if I need that. I think that's right. Might do it in persuasion. There is a lot of dialogue in this game, like a lot of dialogue, and the more persuasion checks you can pass, trust me, you'll be better off. You want to have dialogues in this game, and you want to be able to advance certain dialogues without too much issue, you know? It's hard to explain, and like I said, when we get to the game, hopefully that will be a little bit more clear. So these are the recommended settings. Of course, charisma 11. Wisdom 3. I don't know if we need that. Let's go here at Charisma. Constitution. Be nice, but ooh, we're hurting on Dex. I may put it in Charisma. Don't really need it in Strength. Yeah, so that gives us a +2 to Charisma. You kind of see what I'm doing? I'm giving us a fighting chance on a lot of these dialogues. This won't help us much in battles, but, you know, I have to think that moving our wisdom down and putting it in strength might be a good option. Yeah. See, now we have no penalty. I think this is the way to go. I think this is how we're going to do it. I have 12 strength. Well, intelligence. Don't really need that too much, right? And I'm trying to remember if we can actually gain a point in this game for any abilities. I don't remember. You know, like at level 3 or level 4 or level 5. Don't remember. Wish I could. You don't get to be a very high level in this early edition. I think 6 maybe. So there are a lot of places that I really kind of wanted to do, and I thought, I just don't want to do that. It's a grind because you're kind of at level for it. You know, as much as you're playing it, if you play like several hours of this game in the same character and you do every single quest, you would think, hey, you know, I should be over leveled at this point. But you have a cap in this one, unless they've changed it. So okay. What did that do? Did that give me an extra point? I don't know how I did that. But I'll put it there, sure. If they want to give me a point, I'll take it.
Tell me.
Oh.
Who do you dream of at night?
Okay. Because all I did was click these buttons up here at the very top, and it said I had an extra point. So I didn't know where that came from. Huh. Okay, let's go over here. Do I want it in strength though? Do I? I mean, I want it in dexterity, obviously, but I have to have 3 extra points in the ability points to gain 18. Might put that in Constitution if these points are going to be at a premium, you know? So let's go here. So I don't exactly, I've never had the cutscene where whoever you create here makes a difference. Oh, I take that back. I've had one time it's happened, but that was it. So, and it says, who do you dream of? Who attracts you? We'll just do a half elf. Not a high elf. No, not a drow. Let's do a wood. We'll say that our character, once they left the Underdark, had to take refuge with the wood elves for a while, and who knows, maybe we met somebody there.
Where are you?
Some of these colors, I just don't know. I just don't understand where they get associated with, like the palette. That's not bad. We just go with that. I'm not going to spend forever on this one, but no beard? Well, why not? I could put a beard on her. I don't know, but I like the hair color, but it's kind of... What if we went more? There we go. There we go. I don't know where the eye color currently is, though. I'll leave it alone. I don't want to mess it up. Oh, it's defaulted to no makeup. That's interesting. See, now you can tell the makeup a little bit more because she's pale, you know? This was the one I was kind of looking at before for our character. Let's see, she's got blue eyes. What if we went... Ooh, that's purple. Now clearly that's super intense, so we can bring it down. Like... See, that's purple. Isn't that where we want it? Well, maybe. See there? Maybe like that. Yeah, maybe. That might work. Okay, let us venture forth. Let us gather our party and venture forth. So I've seen this cutscene a million times, but since it's my first time doing it on stream, I'll go ahead and let it run. So that's Lae'zel, the Githyanki you see right there, and the one that was in the cutscene. I really do like her. I don't know. To me, she's very useful. I try to take her when I can, but if I play as a fighter, I don't tend to. You know, I think I'm trying to remember. I think it's only 4 party members you can have, or 3 party members and you yourself. So you have to be very selective about who you take.
My head.
And so now we have full control. We can look around. We can go this way. This is the difference between Baldur's Gate. I kind of wish I could do the WASD more, but this really just moves the camera for me. WASD. But to move the character, you have to like select like this. You tell them where to go. But they do take damage. So I do like the free camera, but it's hard to explain if you're used to Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. This really throws you. It's almost like too many options. But you'll come to find that a lot of it is just there. It's to kind of immerse yourself. Like when we do this, like let's click on the Mind Flare pod.
Might still be stuck inside if we haven't been attacked.
Right, so there's you don't do anything with it, right? But she just has a dialogue option. They didn't have to do that. Was it not required? Doesn't make any difference to the game. But it's there. Can't throw, it's too heavy. Yeah. So, yeah, there's just so many different things. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this pod here, but I need to go up here as well. There's a few things we can do. And again, you're not really required to. You can go straight over here, which is the exit. But there is a few things we could do in this room. But you see how like there's no tutorial or anything? It's like just, hey, just play around with the controls, you know, see what you like.
At the ready.
See? You'll notice that it's opened. This is the one that Lae'zel came out of. So I already mentioned that I don't really like Githyanki, but I do like Lae'zel. To an extent, she's very abrasive, but that's to be expected. She's Githyanki. Githyanki think that they're very superior to almost any race. In fact, probably any race, you know. But a lot of races feel that way in Dungeons and Dragons. But Githyanki very much think, hey, look, they're the protectors of this and that. They subdue dragons so that way they can, you know, keep their sworn enemies, these Illithid, you know, at bay. So there's a lot to them. If they weren't so aggressive, who knows where the Illithid might be, right? They might be controlling the whole world. All the worlds, I should say. But Lae'zel's voice actress, very pretty. Very pretty.
Someone else got out.
See? Just made a comment. Saving.
Might be other survivors.
Hi, Perry. How are you doing? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm doing I don't know how long I'll be streaming. I just wanted to kind of like set this one up just to kind of say, hey, look, here's the early access. This is kind of what it looks like. I know I've done it a couple times on stream on Twitch, but that was a very long time ago. But how are you doing, Perry?
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
So we could reach toward the pool. Investigation, we're not found because we don't have that skill. Or we could just leave. Yeah. Alert. Okay. Caustic brine. So you notice that the brine causes damage. We have 2 HP on us. Yeah, right off the bat we get hurt. This is kind of what I wanted to show you guys. I forget where the... Oh yeah. I thought it was tab, but I could be wrong. There should be... Jeez. I thought it was tab that showed us things on the in the environment, very similar to like Baldur's Gate original. Let me look. It's got to be under key options. I wonder if they got rid of the default north facing mini map. Yeah. Show tutorials. I'll leave them on for now just in case they change something. Text size we're going to make bigger because I can't see nothing. Because I'm blind. Overhead. Oh, let's do that too. 65. This is interface though. I want key bindings. Oh, here it is. Key binds. Yeah, we're going to apply those changes. I'm looking for like highlight items. Inspiration is P. I didn't know that. Party view is tab. Quick load reactions is L. Shove is V. You can shove people in this game. Skip dialogue. Left control. Okay. And sneak is C. I don't see it. Should just be under, I guess, H for highlight, I guess, but I don't know if that's what they called it. Huh. I know this game has it. Oh, highlight characters grave? What? What is grave? Okay. Well. And see, that's control. Ah, there it is. It's alt. I'm so used to being tab. So, okay. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to go this way. Just to kind of show you guys. You can do stuff.
Where the hells are we?
There's a chest. I'll say take all, because that was a healing potion and something else. I forgot what it was. Brine bulb. You can actually shoot that. Now this is like we don't have any. I don't think we have a crossbow on us. Hold on. Oh yeah, we do. So if we wanted to shoot it, we could continue to shoot it. Oops. Attack. And just like there's no point to this, right? But you kind of learn your environment, right? Like if you don't experiment, how would you know, right? So we're down to 6. I'm going to actually move back a little bit just in case. Right. So it just created like a little thing. But what if that light source went away, right? So let's say that that was like a lamp or something. We could shoot it from afar in stealth mode. And if we did it quietly enough, like if the guards were going that way, in theory, this would create a darkened area, you see. And when they come back patrolling, we'd be able to like get them off guard. That's what I'm saying about this game, is that there's a lot of like little things that you can look around and say, oh, I can use this to my advantage, or I can do this, or I can do that. Okay, so this is a grease bottle and alchemist fire. Yeah, take all that. Now you can actually jump from here down there, but you would take damage, and we only have 2 HP. So, may not be what we want to do. But the game has these, well, at least in this area, has this thing here. They're not everywhere, they're just specific to this ship. It's a restoration.
Odd. I feel better.
Right, so we got all of our HP back by using this restoration thing. But it's not like that's like the way you heal in this game, it's just one way. So if we highlight, we'll see we can have some options.
Devilkin. Am I in the hells?
Healing potion. And then a scroll. But you'll notice there's this thing right here, this caustic bulb. We can throw this and it'll cause damage. Kind of like a grenade, basically. So, and right here, viscous chair. We could sit. See? Serves no purpose whatsoever. But we have that option. Eldritch Tablet. Dark Mind.
A brain in a jar.
You can also just read these. And
1,000 years of humanoid history, elves, dwarves, humans, and more flash behind your eyes.
Illithid manuscript.
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain, a Githyanki warrior, and centuries of darkness.
Cerebral Aquarium. Yeah, the Illithid are all about, you know, mind control, all the way down to like brains. I think Cthulhu, if Cthulhu like was all about like brains and stuff. It's probably not the best example, but they're very yeah.
We are here.
The Illithid are so hard to describe. If there is one common enemy in the whole Dungeons & Dragons universe, it's probably the Illithid. And it's not like you can empathize with the Illithid too much, you know? Can't like play as a race, because basically they turn you to them. And it's not like a hive mind, but it's kind of like a hive mind. They all share the same network, right? They're basically, I guess, like how a brain shares, you know, information through synapses. They're kind of like the nerves, you know, as beings for a bigger, who knows, brain or whatever. They're just really, really interesting.
Release us.
Well, let's open this chest. Another caustic bulb. Good.
We are here. Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place you'll free us. Please. Before they return. They return.
You sound afraid. Why?
The enemy. So many enemies.
Now, my understanding is that a lot of this is going to actually be voice acted, but I can't imagine that everything would be. But we'll see. Who am I talking to? A man or a brain?
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
I think you're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
So, we actually... Here's the thing. You have to know your class, because I don't remember if... No, we don't have any investigation. That's right, that's right. We don't have much strength, but we do have a high amount of dexterity. I kind of wish they would remind you, especially early on, where your bonuses are. Because you can't be expected to remember everything, you know? And this is what I was talking about. Like, to a new player, some of this might be a little overwhelming. It's like, oh, I didn't know I had that. You know, I was just kind of like creating a character. And to a seasoned player, you might be like, well, you know, why is it only these three options? You know, and I could totally see like how, you know, maybe your intelligence might look around and be able to find another way of doing this, you know? But these are the three they give you. Okay, so we have a difficulty class 10. We get an automatic, we just have to hit, I got the hiccups, 10. We have a +3 bonus. When I first played this game, I think maybe the first 2 or 3 times, I didn't hit a single check for anything, no matter what my bonuses were. It was the most frustrating thing. And they added like, kind of like a failsafe dice, like you could get like a reroll or something. And I'm like, I shouldn't be losing this much. There's something, something in the dice. See, there you go. Fine. 19. But I wouldn't have been surprised if I rolled a 1, you know?
The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
See, and this is the another part I'm talking about. You can use your dexterity. Okay, so this, they did add this. I don't remember this. See, I'm hovering over the dexterity and it's telling me my bonus. I don't remember ever seeing that. Maybe there was, but I don't remember that. We can either mutilate the brain or spare the creature any injuries that might weaken it. So here's the thing. I don't like... I love the fact that they give you an option for this, but when you're using an option that requires your unique skill, they make it seem like this is the optimal way of doing it. Now, they didn't say that, obviously, so I got to give them credit for like just leaving it out there. But just like the option before was strength, investigation, or dexterity, and I have no investigation skills, why don't they give me 3 options here too? You know? It just seems like since the only option they give you is dexterity as an alternate to just spare it, it kind of makes it seem like that's the way to go. And I'm not so sure. We'll just go and spare it.
We are free. Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are needed.
What's at the helm?
The brain tenses, as though querying an unseen advisor.
Do you not hear it? We will not survive here. We are needed to navigate. We are needed to leave this realm.
Oh, what should I call you?
Us. We are us.
All right, let's go.
To the helm we go. We are going to the helm.
Mirnath. He's got nothing on him. All right. I also don't remember us getting the option to select him. Now we have to jump from there to there. Gonna save. Good day, Legion. Awesome. Baldur's Gate 3. So beautiful. Yeah. The game really is incredible. I was trying to give a really bad version of a synopsis of the game, but it's impossible. It really is. You know, I'm a big OG Baldur's Gate. I just love the original. I played it when it first came out. Not immediately when it first, the first one came out, because it wasn't like it was like today where you like, there was some hype behind it, because it was like, this game is actually might be bigger than people think. And when it got released, it did become big for its time. But as an initial release, it wasn't like it was like a landslide of, people who went out and had to go get it, right? It built up momentum. It was a slow burn. And then Baldur's Gate 2 was coming out, and I did the whole pre-order thing. I still have my original t-shirt for that. I have, my gold disc for that. But I'm all about the OG. But I don't hate this game. I really don't. And here's the thing. I've said this for any early release. I don't want to give any kind of bias, good or bad, because it's early release. Now, it's going to be out very soon. But that's not the point. I want to give an unbiased opinion, a position, and just kind of like lay down, like, this is what you can do in this game and blah, blah, blah. This is what I found kind of good about it. Maybe this is what I found kind of bad about it. But I'm reserving a lot of opinions until it actually gets fully released.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh, my head. What is this? Skvar, you are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive. Imps block the path forward. You will assist me in destroying them. We must reach the helm before we transform.
Transform. Now, also, I think much of this will be fully voiced, but it hasn't, and I think they're going to wait till actual release to reveal that, because nobody's been talking about that, that I've heard at least. You get to pick your character's voice, and you do hear it from time to time, and they keep bragging about how there's all these voice lines and all these cinematics, and there is, you know, but to never hear your voice, that's a choice. You either go all the way or none of the way, you know. So we'll see. I could be completely wrong, but we'll see. Transform, what do you mean?
We carry mind flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers.
Turning to mind. Who are you?
Who am I? Your only chance of survival.
Well, we're turning to mind flayers. There must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority.
Okay. Is the helm our way out of here?
It is where we might gain control of the Ga'arth, the ship. Once in command, we will deal with our Geich captors.
Okay. Onward then.
First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. As for that thing, it will remain tame as long as it believes we are thralls. It may be of use in the fight to come.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do... She's over here. The UI is a little complex, but I understand why, because there's so much you can do in this game. But to add complexity to it, you can actually separate one character. You see how it's chained like that? You can completely break that chain to where that person moves on their own. And you want to do that from time to time, like especially if, you know, my character goes into stealth. I don't want everybody else to follow me. I want them to just go by themselves. And you can separate all of them. You know, it's not just like one of them. But I that's the kind of thing I was kind of critical about. That's residual from Divine Divinity. I don't think that's the best option. I think the simple group or solo would have just worked just fine, you know. But they kind of, like, it's a neat graphic, but it's not intuitive, right? It's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Does this mean I can't separate them? You don't know that intrinsically. It just, you know, but you can separate. See? But let's see here. Root mode, G. And now put them back. You see how, like, she's back? But that's what I'm saying, is that I don't know if it had to be that complicated. But that's fine. Again, I'm not complaining. I question some of the decisions. Okay, so we have a 95% chance to shoot. Since we're starting the round, we get to do it however we want to. Now, another thing we could do is I could go into stealth, and I could, like, maybe climb up here without this thing noticing. I think it's C, right? Yeah. And see, that's telling you what they can see and what they can't see. You see?
Must be on my way.
Now, if he were to move, yeah, see, he's over there now. And if I was like a melee, I could maybe backstab him. You see? Let's see, what I could do is then I'll select Lae'zel, but once we get into combat, it's going to be round based. So I could have her, yeah, see, now it's all round based.
I can't wait.
We're going to go ahead and try to take him out. Alright. Combat turns. Let's get rid of that. Lae'zel. Oh. See, the problem is he's awfully close to the fire. And you'll notice there's a little bit of red there at the bottom. So if Lae'zel gets right up on him and gets right in here, she's going to take fire damage. So you have to be looking at that. But I think I could be right here and not take any damage. Yeah. So we've ended our combat round because it was just the one. Now there's more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to end this turn. We're going to move our guy. So on the surface it would look like, hey, look, yeah, just kind of like move all your characters together. Problem is, of course, you get a spellcaster and they throw like a fireball. We're toast, all of us all at once. Okay. We're gonna I think I'm gonna go over here. Do this thing. And we're gonna pick this up. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna wait. I'm gonna pause that because I might be able to pick this up, because if these imps that are over here, you see them right there? If they try to get positioning on us, he can't get us because he can't hit Lae'zel from there, you see? So he might try to get a better position, in which case Lae'zel can just pick this up and throw it at him, or throw it at this one that comes around the corner. That's what I'm saying, is that there's a ton of options here. Shared initiative. Characters in the same party that are next to each other in the initiative order can act at the same time. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot them. Then I'm gonna move up here so I can get the high ground. And there's only so many these resource actions. There's only so much you get per round, and we've already used them up. So we're gonna send him. There we go. So we finished it off.
You proved surprisingly adequate in battle. Now, to the helm.
So that was our first encounter. But like I said, there's so many different things you could do in that fight. And oh, here's a crossbow, light crossbow. Yeah, didn't we say that we were proficient in that? Short bow. Yeah, it was probably the hand. Yeah, let's see, that's +5. That's +5, so it makes no difference. We'll just do that. But this is kind of what I was saying, is that you can do a number of different things to end the combat, instead of just doing it one way. You don't have to just do a straight up fight. Yeah. So bring the details of the fire. Yeah, and the and of course the camera shakes quite a bit. And okay, so nobody's injured. Lae'zel. Oh my goodness.
Blackest will be done.
I should be able to look at her inventory though. Oh, that's tab. That's right.
Assume nothing.
Oh, that's right. I don't think we can do anything yet with her.
Never a dull moment.
We should be able to, but yeah, we don't have all of our party members just yet. Okay.
Action, not reaction.
And you'll notice that there's a dead mind flayer here. Illithid. We could, like, for instance, like, let's say there was, like, I don't know, a chest in here or something. If you're a mage and you have, like, frost or something, or blizzard, you could turn this fire off. You know, lurk still? Oh, okay. It's my parry. And that would allow you to kind of get in there, you see. So why Lae'zel can't loot anything is beyond me. Oh, for sure. So here's another brain. He's got nothing. Okay, so I guess we never looted this guy. Oh yeah, we did. Okay.
These boots.
Okay. I know at some point we do get to take the inventory from Lae'zel, but
These rats in the flour!
Get to safe ground!
So many teeth!
so we can go this way or that way. I think for right now we'll just go this way.
Get these vermin out of here!
Okay, a bow.
Oh, can't have these rats in the flour! Oh, lend a hand, won't you, love? There's a rat in the kitchen. 10 red rats. And they're flying and they're clawing.
The mind flayers have already enthralled him. Leave him, or we will share his fate.
So
Poor ickle baby got your brain turned to goo.
I need to rest, man. Get him out of here.
Rest, eh? Ha!
so we could actually, Lae'zel could pick. No, Lae'zel.
It's your mummy, do you?
Shoot. We died. This is what I was talking about. Like, there's no forgiveness in this game. Yeah, I forgot how to cancel an order. So we died already. My goodness. We're just do that one. No, what I was wanting her to do is pick it up and then move it closer to those imps and then throw it at them. Oh man, we're back over
One day
here.
I'll catch a break.
I should have saved.
This
We'll go through it much
is your
faster this time.
end.
Your head.
Imps block the path forward. Within days, we will be Geich. Who am I? Your only chance of survival. It is where we might gain control first. As for that...
And for somebody who's played this game a few times, this is kind of what I was talking about. They could have made it a little bit simpler to do, you know? Crap. He just happened to show up at the wrong time. I need to turn off the tutorial. Yeah, we're definitely going to take some damage. Oh, missed. That works. Okay. So there's less chance that he'll hit us if we're behind cover. So that's why I did that. All right. Let me bring him out a little bit. There we go. So we actually took no damage.
Surprisingly adequate in battle. Now, to the helm.
Let's do this again. Okay. I think it was just this guy that had something. Yeah. Okay.
Moving in.
Get these vermin out of here!
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Let's
can't
go.
have these rats in the flour!
Now you can also bait him, you know. So
Many teeth!
like, if I shot him and they came towards us, I could always bait them and then shoot this, and it would have that big boom like it did to us, you know. But I'm gonna do a quick save real quick, and I want to see if I can't get Lae'zel to do that though. No, she can only throw it. She can't. So maybe if we did this. So that starts the combat round. Oh, and we successfully made a stealth check. Oh, so we one-shot him. So I was hoping to kind of play around with it. And you'll notice, like if we choose Lae'zel, this is what I was going to try to do. I was going to say throw the item. But normally, you know, you got to be careful here. We can throw it, but if we don't get it too, far enough, then we take all the damage. But you'll notice I can throw it farther from high ground to low ground. But still it says path is interrupted, but if we just get up here, path is interrupted. Let's see. Yeah, see, So we died. But my point here was you could pick up things and that would allow you to manipulate the battlefield, you know? Let's just reload the game here. Now, the higher strength that you have, the further you could throw that, and it would be less of an issue. Oh, man. I thought we...
Careful! Watch the horns!
Yeah, he never saw us.
Don't waste a step.
I might take this as... Oh, there's a battle axe. Let's take that. Don't think that's better than what Lae'zel already has, but I may take this to just the next room and kind of call it. I wasn't planning on streaming for very long, but I just kind of wanted to introduce, you know, the Baldur's Gate 3 to the channel. Okay. Let's put Lae'zel in the front.
Onward.
Okay, now it autosaves. Yeah. And here's the thing where...
Back! Touch nothing without knowing its purpose.
Yeah, if we're really high wisdom, I think, or not intellect, I think it's high wisdom, you can make some of these checks, but yeah, you see these guys are like under their spell. Yeah. Let's get our character.
You! Get me out of this damn thing!
We have no time for stragglers.
Look for a latch that might open the lid.
The construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
We must go. To the helm we must go.
Come on! There's got to be a way to open it!
Drow, you might as well be trapped in demon webs. There's no helping you. This is what someone was saying. Is, so they give you like one special option and then just like, the other option. It's just really odd sometimes that they choose to give that to you, even though that may not necessarily be the best option, you know? I'll just keep looking around.
Try that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry! Please!
Okay. Touch.
The console appears dormant.
I'll look for a switch or release.
The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
Let's hit it.
Nothing. The console remains dormant.
Well, hitting it didn't work.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing.
I believe if you shoot this thing, it'll open. I have played as a barbarian before, and I was able to rip this open. So there's different ways to do this.
On my way.
You see. Here's a medium toughness. I wonder if our rogue skills can't open this. Oh, it
Needs a key.
Lockpick?
Bet I can crack that open.
Let's see. Oh yeah, got it. Easy. see what we got. We have gold, an eldritch rune, and an onyx.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
Going to our thing. Eldritch rune. We could, oh, I thought we could read it. Okay, never mind. Alright, let's go in here.
The console appears dormant.
Let's insert the rune into the socket.
The console hums to life.
Arcana. See, we do have some arcana here. It's only because we have a little bit of intelligence. So we get a +1 to our base intelligence. Take a closer look at the powered up console. Might as well, right? Ooh, we got it, barely. Alright, let's see what we got.
The pulsing glow and organic lines of the device make it seem more like a beating heart than a machine. Perhaps it will open the nearby pod.
Place your hand on the console.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. A parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Oh, Illithid wisdom. Will the pod to open? Doesn't. We're gonna get this check anyway. Interesting. 6.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
At last. Thought I was done for. I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a Gith with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Well, dangerous company is what you need in a fight.
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Did you feel what I felt before? We were in each other's heads.
I did. It must be because of those parasites they put in us. But that'll have to wait. Are we going to help each other or not?
Alright, let's get going. I'm Elise.
Shadowheart. One moment.
Well, what's that?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
Lead on. So now we got like 4 of us, you know. But Shadowheart is a cleric. So we can get heals and stuff. The only thing about clerics in of course this level is they're kind of useless. I mean, they do have some powers to them, of course. They have some very good traits. They have the healing word, this guiding bolt, which is good. But I mean, they're kind of squishy at the same time, and yet, you know, they're not really good at ranged. So once their spells are done, I mean, they're done. So you kind of have to know what to do ahead of time to kind of use them effectively. And I only know a little bit what I know because of many playthroughs I've done mainly as a cleric. I probably, when the game goes live, I may even go that direction. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But we have our full party right now. This is the direction we can go, or we can go that way, I believe. I think they both go. Yeah, see, this goes to the helm. Over here is a little side area, Intellect Devourer. Let me see here.
I must keep going.
Indolence breeds madness. One true way.
I'm just going to get in here and save the game. Because I think there's a thing or two we can do in this room that's special. But, you know, it's one of those things you don't have to do, you know? But it's enough in here that it would require me to do the stream for like, I don't know, another 30 minutes or something. Not 30 minutes, maybe like an extra. That I can just resume at another time. But let me save it right there. And new save. Save. Just do a hard save right there. And I will check you guys later. I'm continuing to edit this excuse me, the Baldur's Gate story for the original Baldur's Gate 1. I started picking up a new editing software, and it's much more powerful, and it's giving me a lot more options. So although I think my edits look better, it's taking me longer because I'm having to learn the software at the same time. So it's a good and bad thing, you know, but once I get it down, then I should resume my speed the way I had it before and just pump out better videos, you know. The difference though with this Baldur's Gate versus, like, you know, normal game videos that you'll find is that a lot of times you can lay down an audio track of like what you're gonna say, and all your raw footage you can just put over it. Well, the problem with Baldur's Gate is that it's happening at that time, so I almost have to kind of narrate it either at that time or go back in and fill in the narration, which is not easy to do because, you know, you're kind of not in the mindset anymore of what you were doing. So oftentimes my voice is not in maybe in sync with the scene, but I'm trying my best. I am trying my best. But I will check you guys later, and hopefully we'll have a new video out soon. I expect this next video to be another shorter video, kind of like the last one was, and then after that they should be significantly longer. It's just with the old way I was doing things, that's the old recordings. So before I started doing it a different way, not just the new editing software, but I'm also recording it a little bit better now. I found a much better way, much more efficient way, and a much cleaner way to produce the audio as I record it, as I record the scenes. So what you'll see in the next episode is pretty much the end of the old way I was doing it. Anything beyond episode 4 is entirely new, and I think it's going to be much better. But anyway, I will check you guys later, and thanks for coming by. And let me find my end video real quick. But yeah, I will check you guys later. Y'all take care.